recent ongoing protests happening in Bangkok, it still remains a focal point for international interest. Artists such as Avril Lavigne have recently performed in Bangkok's biggest arena, Impact Arena, and many more concerts are scheduled to occur over the next few months. 30 Seconds to Mars, Suicide Silence, Taylor Swift, and Bruno Mars have arranged concert dates for any who wish to come and watch. In India, a tiger has killed 10 people in Uttar Pradesh's sugar plantation. Its last victim was a 50-year-old man killed on the 5th of February. There is no way of knowing where or when it will strike next, making the locals terrified. The slopestyle snowboarding course of the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics are now posing a threat to competing athletes. A downhill course now manages to challenge the athletes and generate speeds of 90 miles per hour. The world-renowned snowboarder Shaun White has pulled out the competition out of fear for his own health, and he injured his wrist. A Finnish athlete hit her head, and another Norwegian athlete broke his collarbone. Now to Kamola in the field, reporting on how strict parents can influence on their children's lives.
And so, the question is, do strict parents really influence their child? A recent survey has shown that it does not only encourage discipline, but also encourages rebellion, low self-esteem, and lack of independence. An alarming 80% of children in the school survey have said that they have strict parents, and 20% were unsure.
I think kids should have strict parents because it will give them a sort of personality in the future, or if parents, they see if they look at their kids' grades and they get a C, and for them it's not an option. They prefer kids to have higher grades so they get better education in the future.
So you're saying that by having strict parents, it sets a certain standard for good grades. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
Okay, I do think that it's important that children have clear boundaries and you're consistent with the way you approach rules, because if you appear to be strict and then don't follow through, then they'll know that you don't mean what you say. So I think it's important to set clear boundaries, but not be overly strict, because I think what happens is when you're overly strict and you confine children and give them too many rules, then they're going to rebel against that. Okay, and often I found when I was at school is that the children that had the strictest parents were the children that actually in later life or at university went off the rails a bit, because they've been so used to having this strict regime at home that when they had the freedom to do what they want, they couldn't cope with it and they just went off the rails. And some of my friends actually got into drugs in quite a big way. And generally couldn't handle the freedom. So I think you've got to have a good balance where they know that there are boundaries, so that they don't just they can walk all over you, and but at the same time they have the freedom to be able to express themselves, so that they don't, go off the rails later on in life.
And so, are strict parents really a good thing? What do you think? I'm Kamola, and this is BBC News. Back to Julia.
I'm Julia Mockney, and now to Matthew McLean with the weather.
Good morning. This is Matthew McLean bringing your daily weather news to Pattaya. Today will be rainy and about 23 degrees Celsius. On Friday, it will be almost the same, but 24 degrees Celsius and raining again. On the 1st of March, it shall be cloudy, but there still will be a lot of sunshine. On the 2nd of March, it will be very sunny. On the 3rd of March, it will be sunny again and about 22 degrees Celsius. That was Matthew McLean bringing your weather news. Now over to you, Julia, in the studio.
Thank you. I'm Julia Mockney, and that was the world's news.